Hello Internet, and welcome to our first official journey where we are going to be filling up this binder and increasing its $10 value to a $1,000 value. And we are going to be going on a journey of going through all of my old collection. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I've dug out a couple of things here. I have with me two different decks here that I have, and I also have two binders that I have from my old collections that are pretty much like they're kind of filled up. They have like spots in them that from when I used to pull out cards, and so I want to go through these. I've pulled out, so there's a section here at the top that I've pulled out some things that I think would be useful to put in the binder, but I want to skim through these and see what would be worth taking a look at. This is the section that I was like, oh yeah, I think these things would be useful. So what we have here is a Flame Whirl. You can take a look at this and see anything that says limited edition is going to be, you're going to want to take a look at this. So we have our Flame Whirl here. The Dandelion is going to be limited edition. We're going to want to take a look at that. Injection Fairy Lily. Anything that is shining here, we are going to want to take a second look at. Hero Ring. I don't know if that's going to be worth anything. Skyscraper. Elemental Hero Aboveman. Someone was saying, so there's versions of these hero cards that, if you wanted a rare version of one of these hero cards, they were only available in this very, very scarce set that was available from Mattel, and that's how I got these. And so I have these rare versions of the hero cards. And someone was saying that the Burstinatrix in here might be worth something. There she is. This might actually be worth something. So that's worth taking a look at and making sure that it's protected. And then anything that is, you might be able to see the Element has a special stamp in there. That is a separate rarity that is going to be worth something. And then the Elemental Hero Electrum in here, that is limited edition. That was from a McDonald's pack years ago. And so things we got in here are our Flame Whirl, Injection Fairy Lily, Tempest, Skyscraper, Shining Flare Wingman, and our heroes. And then these black cards and these white cards, anything that's in the game, these go into the extra deck. And so anything that is an alternative color like this that's going to go into the extra deck, especially the white and black cards, those are going to be something that are typically going to be worth more than your average card. So you can tell where something is from by taking a look at the engraving there in the corner of the card right below the picture. And so that's how you're going to know where something is from and the difference between one type of card and another. This was a deck that I built. I forget what exactly. Oh yeah, this was one of my first original decks. There's a limited edition X-Saber Gothams, the Signer Dragons, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Black Rose. I don't think those are going to be worth anything to write home about. Thought Ruler might be something to write home about. Let's just set the synchros off to the side, because those, I don't want to skip over those. This is a Zoma the Spirit, so that's a good card in general. This is from Starter Deck Kaiba Evolution. That's an old card in general. I don't think it's going to be anything fancy, but let's take note of it. Is there anything other? Shoutouts to Maneater Bug. Karma Cut, Spirit Reaper, the Tricky. I don't think that there's anything else. There's nothing else in here. So we pulled out the Junk Warrior, the Iron Chain Dragon. So we got basically everything in there. Let's move on to the binder look here. So this is the first binder that I have. I'm pretty sure that I pulled out everything that is noteworthy in here. Hello, Pot of Greed. We have a Red Eyes Darkness Dragon in here. This is a starter deck card, so I don't think it's going to be anything that is going to be something fancy. It's not nostalgic in any way, so it's not going to be something that people are going to have a price on it. The Blue Eyes cards are usually going to be the cards that people have a nostalgia over. I pulled out a couple of commons because they were from the original starter deck boxes, and those, even though they're commons, if they're in some form of a mint condition, then you might actually be able to get a good price for them. But I don't see anything. I'm pretty sure that's fake. There's a Saki the Dark Clown. I don't think that that's anything. What's it from? Metal Rare. It's from Metal Rarity. What kind of condition is it in? It's got a couple of scrapes and bruises on it. It's worth setting off to the side. I don't want to skip anything. That's why we're going through here. And then I got some Pokemon. I have some Pokemon cards here in the back. This was from an old... where these came from is that we found an old pack in a sock drawer that I never got passed to me on Christmas Day. And then I opened it, and that's where these came from. And now looking back, I wish I just kept the pack, because like a mint condition pack is like worth a lot more than the cards inside. But we're gonna pull these out, because getting these appraised as like mint condition cards would up their value, finding out their official PS grade. And so we got these are Team Rocket cards. I believe the one that's going to be worth the most out of the ones here in this tiny lot is going to be the Dark Blastoise here, which we have here in the back. So recap, I got what I pulled out from my decks: Mirror Force, Starlight Road, some things from my Buster Blader decks, and some stuff from my Elemental Hero decks, most notable being the Burstinatrix that was pulled out. This may actually be worth a fancy penny. But we also have the other Elemental Heroes that came from a limited edition box from a long time ago. These are only rare if they came from a particular location, and so those might be worth something. And setting off to the side, I think someone was saying that this is worth taking a look at. What did this come from? LOD, and it's rare. So that might be worth taking a look at. But now here comes the part where we set things off to the side in the binder. Okay, awesome. So what I've filled in today is about 3 pages of Elemental Heroes, Injection Fairy Lily, and a couple of Pokemon cards as well that we found too. And I got I have some more pages in here as well that I'm intentionally leaving because I have 2 more gigantic binders that I'm going to be going through, and I'm expecting to find some good stuff in there. I definitely, what I'm thinking is if I was to pull out every single thing that I think could be worth something, then I wouldn't have enough space in this binder. So what we might have to do is either get a new binder or start looking at what things might be worth sooner than expected. So number 1, top things that I think could be worth something that I've pulled out and examined today are the Burstinatrix that we looked at that is that isn't common, that is holographic, because the holographic Burstinatrix that we have could only be gotten from a single location, and the Injection Fairy Lily, and on top of that there was also the Synchro Monster that we pulled out, Flamevro, I'm gonna butcher this, Flamevro Uruzak. That is limited edition, and I think I traded for that at a tournament at one point. So that's going to require research on what that is worth, because I don't know if they ever reprinted that. So that'll be worth taking a look at. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this very nerdy day of looking through my cards, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.